Redbridge is a really interesting borough. So it's obviously an outer London borough, right on the edge of London, and the south of the borough is much more urban. The north of the borough is much more suburban, and in fact, over a third of this borough is greenbelt land. So the council owns 2 country parks, Felop Waters and the Hainault Forest, and both of those country parks provide huge amount of leisure space as well as biodiversity, natural green space. That's something we're really wanting to protect and enhance, but at the same time there's a huge scope for development of new housing, which is very much the south of the borough along the Crossrail corridor. So that's coming through from Ilford to Seven Kings, Chadwell Heath, Goodmays, that whole strip along there. This is Ilford, and we're in the town centre. We've got Pioneer Point block behind us, and to the side of us we've got the Sainsbury's scheme, which Telford Homes are now bringing forward, which is going to be a mix of build to rent, student accommodation, as well as market sale and affordable housing. And this scheme's one that's just been through the reappraisal, through the second staircase, fire safety regulation changes, and hopefully swiftly through now with GLA approval into development. That's Telford Homes building out here. This is close to Ilford station with the Elizabeth line coming through the borough. We've got 4 Elizabeth line stations across the south of the borough from west to east, bringing a whole corridor of new development and larger scale housing schemes across the south of the borough. The Elizabeth line impact is yet to be fully realised. We're seeing a lot of interest from developers, but we haven't seen the big numbers of housing delivery coming through that we were hoping for maybe as soon as the Elizabeth line arrived. We're starting to see that activity taking shape, but it's going to take a while, I think, given where values are, given particularly issues recently around high-rise buildings and building safety concerns. So we are beginning to see it, but the centre of Ilford at the moment, there's only 1 or 2 cranes visible, and we need to see lots more. There's the issue of what it costs to build in London and where the values are at. So we're not yet seeing the values taking off in this part of London in the way that we would like to, but we're starting to see activity in that direction, and I would say that when you look around Ilford, you can see the seeds of recovery and you can see the seeds of growth. We don't yet have full growth coming through. The green shoots aren't yet as visible as we'd like to see them. So clearly from the council's point of view, we're investing our efforts into enlivening and activating the town centre, but also we're looking particularly at our leisure offer, and we're increasing investment in leisure facilities. The number one issue for us, I think, is homelessness. We have over 3,000 households in temporary accommodation. We have a very, very small stock of affordable housing. We've got 4,500 council homes, that's it. Similar number of housing association properties locally. And really, when you look at the level of temporary accommodation need, the level of homelessness, there's no way we're going to build ourselves out of that crisis. So one of the things we're doing is we're acquiring properties as quickly as we can. Some of that acquisition is happening outside the borough because of, again, property values. We're also looking at leasing deals where, to unlock some of the developments locally, we're going to enter into a leasing arrangement with an institutional investor financing the scheme. We don't have the ability to borrow the money ourselves for all of that housing development that needs to happen. So the way we see making this an attractive place for people to come and live and work is very much around the leisure offer. So this is, as I say, a very green borough with lots of parks and open spaces, with those 2 big country parks in Felop Waters and Hainault Forest, and we want to enhance all of that and show people that by having a place where you can be physically active and get out and about. I think one of the lessons from COVID was people wanted to be out and about in the parks, people wanted to enjoy the green space. We had a golf course that the council owned, which we brought back into use as just open space, and lots of people took advantage of that. that's up at Fairlop. We see it very much linked with the public health agenda. So if you were to walk around the centre of Ilford, the number of chicken shops and takeaways, which frankly don't promote good public health, we want to see a shift away from that kind of investment. We want to see much more investment in a better range of leisure options and activity options for people across the board. There's a particular focus on the large South Asian community in this borough, and a need to engage those people particularly in the leisure offer. So things like women-only swimming sessions in our swimming pools, things like the new climbing centre we're developing, which will have focus sessions around, for example, there's a Muslim women's climbing group. We want to encourage these kinds of activities and really excite people about the range of leisure options locally. So we're now in Valentines Park. This is a beautiful Victorian park, a real heritage asset for the borough, and a huge space in the centre of Ilford. You can see from the map here, so we're down here by the boating lake. There's investment recently been completed in new cricket pitches and new tennis courts, and then later this year we're hoping to get planning permission to develop a Lido. There was a Lido here back in the 1920s, which was demolished in the 1990s. We're looking to build a new Lido. We think it's probably the first new Lido to be developed in this country in the last 30 years or so. And so that's going to be up here towards the north east corner of the park. And it's going to have a 25-metre heated pool. It's going to have a splash pad for children to play. It's going to have a gym and a dance and yoga studio and a cafe. And all of that will be within a walled Lido site, which will echo the walled garden that sits next to Valentines Mansion, which we'll see later on. Now we're at Valentines Mansion. This is a Grade 2 star listed building. It came into the council's possession over 100 years ago, but for many years it wasn't really used effectively. It was just used as an office. It's been restored to its original glory, and it's now used as a wedding venue and an events venue. We even had the Great British Bake Off here a few years ago. So it's a really beautiful part of the park, and we've also got the walled garden and the dovecotes and the cafe here. So yeah, it's just a fantastic example of the council investing money with its partner Vision, the charitable trust that runs our parks and leisure facilities. We see the leisure offer as critical to promoting health and well-being. That's particularly an issue in relation to obesity and the weight problems that we see through our public health data across our population, but it's also more about mental health and well-being for all of the people who live here. And we've got so many beautiful parks, we've got so much green space. We really want to promote that leisure offer as a way of getting people active, getting people healthy, and we see it as also a critical reason why people want to live here and want to move here, want to work here, and so it supports our housing delivery agenda as well.